Hello everyone and welcome to Grid Live. I'm your host Eric G. We got Grid Week 1 action here tonight. We got a great matchup between two NFC stalwarts, the 49ers traveling all the way to rainy Tampa Bay to take on the Buccaneers here tonight. I'm joined by Cringe. Cringe, how you doing tonight, man?
Good, man. How are you? Pleasure to be here.
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be broadcasting this great grid matchup here as the 49ers will kick the ball off, Tampa Bay to receive. Looks like we're going to get a touchback here, bringing the ball up to the 25-yard line for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers' first drive. Any storylines here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as we head into the reigning Super Bowl champs? So we expect a lot out of this Buccaneers team.
Yeah, definitely expecting a lot here. Obviously, the Tampa Buccaneers are a really good team, so I'm expecting them to show out as they continue their reign of the NFC.
Absolutely, as they come out in the I formation, Jameis Winston, and as he hands it off to Griffin Hagler, who gets loss of 2 yards here on the play. Griffin Hagler, the highly doubted halfback out of 2 years ago in the draft, who just had major injury problems this season, last season. You just can't seem to stay on the field.
Definitely. I know as well that the 49ers defense is really, really solid. They all around, they're actually a really good team. But in particular, I think their defense is definitely stout.
Their defensive backs, they got a great cornerback trio out there. But definitely, as Jameis Winston completes a pass, I believe that was Gurley. That was Michael Gurley, number 81. I had to get the name there. Catching it for 6 yards, 3rd and 6 here at the 29-yard line.
I like that play. Make it 3rd and manageable. You find a quick read. He might have sensed a little bit of pressure there, got rid of the ball quick and early. Make it a 3rd and manageable.
Absolutely. I like that play a lot. Make it very easy to get this first down here as they come out in the strong formation. Jameis Winston under center. Making some changes here at the line. We got pass over the middle, caught by O.J.
That's a great catch.
Howard, caught by O.J. Howard. What a catch by the tight end there. O.J. Howard definitely a big target here for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers offense. They love throwing him the ball.
That's one of those guys. He's not going to be the fastest guy in the field, but he's definitely going to be one of the strongest. Great catch by O.J. Howard in the middle of the field.
Hey, man, don't sleep on the speed of O.J. Howard. He's coming out of Alabama. That man can run. He can run. He's one of the fastest tight ends in the league. As we get a 1st and 10 here at the 46-yard line. Hagler lined up next to Jameis Winston in the shotgun as Jameis drops back here. Looking for O.J. Howard again.
There he is, displaying that speed. You're absolutely right.
As the pass is complete up to the 22-yard line. Yeah, he's a weird matchup. It's weird to match up against O.J. Howard. Sometimes he's too big for corners and safeties, but he's also too fast for linebackers, so you got to find a way to maybe put 2 people on him at sometimes.
Definitely, that's just a mismatch waiting to happen. I love those speedier tight ends, guys that can really work a route and get open and find the way to catch the ball.
Absolutely. 87 speed. So we got Jameis Winston here and lined up under center. Handoff here to Hagler as he gets 2 yards here on the play, bringing up a 2nd and 8 at the 20-yard line, entering the red zone for Tampa Bay's first drive. They enter the red zone.
I'd like to see them get the run game going a little bit more. I'm not so sure if they can really sustain drives throughout this entire game against the San Francisco defense if they're just picking up 1, 2, maybe 3 yards on the ground every play.
Absolutely, I agree. Hagler can definitely be a force, but there's always that scare that he may go down to an injury. As Jameis Winston drops back, he's looking over the middle, and he
a great throw.
The receiver for the down. That is Leonard Quandro, scoring right over Anthony Walker, as I thought that might get picked off there in the end zone. But Quandro making a great play on the ball to put Tampa Bay up 6-0 here.
That was a risky throw, but I like coming out and getting that the first drive of the season. Go for it.
Extra point is good, and Tampa Bay goes out 7-0 here early. Scoring on their first drive, really setting a tone for this game.
I think that's huge, man. Coming off a Super Bowl victory, sometimes you can be a little bit rusty. I like to see him taking risks, going deep down the field with the passing game. It's good to see.
As the 49ers here will take the ball up to the 28-yard line. 1st and 10 here. As the big storyline for the San Francisco 49ers is that they let star halfback David Brazil go in the offseason. Brazil, who led this team through the playoffs, got them to the NFC Championship game, and I feel like it was a weird decision to let Brazil go for the 49ers, as they trusted the run game so much in their playoff run and throughout the regular season last season. I'm really curious to see how TJ Logan does here starting for the 49ers.
Takes a big hit.
TJ Logan first. They run on the first play. They want to see what TJ Logan has, and he only gets 1 yard up to the 29-yard line. How do you feel about the 49ers letting Brazil go in the offseason, as he's now with the Chicago Bears?
You know, I think that's a bit of a questionable call. He was an absolutely dynamic player in the run game and the pass game, making guys miss, running the ball fast downfield. I guess only time will tell if it was the right decision.
And there go, he's going down. Trey Waynes, who was a big player for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in their Super Bowl run, comes in for the sack of Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, he was a big player coming into playoffs this past season. He made a lot of plays during the regular season and carried into the playoffs.
Mahomes dropping back, shotgun looking, and he goes down again. Norton with the sack. Brings up a 4th and 24 on the 14. If you're the San Francisco 49ers, this is not how you wanted to start this football game. You're punting the football in your own end zone. Oh.
Wow. Great punt.
What a bounce. The ball looked like it was going into the end zone there for a touchback. But what a bounce on that play. I'm speechless on that one. Took a crazy, crazy bounce for the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah, definitely going to pin them really deep here. This is going to be a heck of a drive in order for them to get any points here.
Absolutely, and it's a little bit of a questionable call for the punt returner to pick up that ball, but he does get up to the 5-yard line, give Tampa Bay some room. As they hand the ball off to Griffin Hagler, and he's getting nothing right now. He only gets 1 yard on the play. 3 rushes, 1 yard for Griffin Hagler on the day.
Yeah, that's definitely something you like to see if you're the San Francisco 49ers. Being able to stop the run is absolutely key.
All right, and Buccaneers coming out. Here, 3 wide receivers set. Is Jameis, and he finds Mike Evans across the field for the 3rd and 1 here on the play up to the 14-yard line. This is a big 3rd down. They don't want to punt from their own end zone.
That's a good quick read. It definitely makes it a lot more manageable. 3rd and 1 here. Let's see what they can do.
Jameis Winston here, single back set, tight end motioning to the right. They toss it to Hagler's. He gets some room here, juke move, and he looks like he's good as gone. He's got 1 man to beat, and the little juke move, the little stutter step, didn't catch that defender, as he takes the ball all the way down to the 32-yard line, 1st and 10 here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
That's absolutely massive. I was just saying they need to get that run game going a little bit, and it looks like they're doing just that.
Jameis Winston come out single back. He hands the ball off. I believe that's Kafani Muhammad. Yes, as Muhammad gets up for 2 yards here. Jason Pierre-Paul on the tackle, bringing them up to the 30-yard line, 2nd and 8.
Muhammad's a dynamic player. I've seen him on a couple of teams in the past, and he's definitely a good little gadget back. Let's see if he can do something.
Muhammad, it was a big player for this Tampa Bay Buccaneers with all their injuries as they hit a wide receiver screen. That's Quandro. He's looking, the stutter step gets him into the end zone as Quandro finds the end zone for the 2nd time this game. Quandro is having himself a day here. Jameis Winston is really liking his number 2 wide receiver here.
I love that call, the wide receiver screen. He got the DBs off the line of scrimmage, caught them in that, and knew the screen was going to work perfectly. The blocking was phenomenal. Can't get it much better than that.
Absolutely not. Winston to Quandro might be a duo that we have to look out for here in the grid as the season goes on. As San Francisco receives this kick, and he gets up to the 30-yard line. A little bit of a short kick here to start their drive, 1st and 10 here, with a minute left in the first quarter, down 14-0.
Yeah, San Francisco's going to need a little bit of a spark here. They just need some points, need to get a little drive going. They've got negative 14 yards at the start of this game. They need to find some rhythm.
As Mahomes drops back, he finds the corner route. That's Belton up to the 47-yard line, completing his first pass of the day. 1st and 10 here. That's very, very hard for Mahomes. He got hit twice. He got sacked twice last drive. It's good to see him drop back, get a little bit of time, and find his man on the corner route.
Absolutely. I think he just needs to find a bit of rhythm here.
As he finds T.J. Logan here, and he gets 2 yards on the play. He's immediately hit. I'm surprised he held on to that ball.
Yeah, that was a good catch by Logan. I was surprised he held on to that one as well.
Coming up tight on both sides. Mahomes drops back, and he's looking for the corner out once again, and he overthrows his receiver there on the play, bringing up a 3rd and 9 here.
Man, it is unfortunate that he missed that one. I think he still would have been running if he had caught that.
Yeah, man-to-man defense on that play. That man definitely he got a lot of speed there in the slot receiver position. That man probably is taking that to the end zone. As we come up here with 19 seconds left in the first quarter, San Francisco's looking to get some points here, whether that's 3, whether that's 7, get some momentum here. Mahomes with the handoff to Bernard, and he's not getting anything on this play. He's only getting 1 yard on the play up to the 44-yard line, bringing up a 4th and 7.
That's a real conservative call for 4th down or a 3rd down, 3rd and long. I mean, I like thinking maybe you can catch him off guard with the run play, but that's interesting. I guess maybe he thinks he had the field goal.
All right, as we get the extra point here, and it is, oh no, field goal, I'm sorry. My apologies. It is up and it is good.
That's actually a really smart play by the 49ers. Knowing that he has the wind if he stays in the first quarter here, takes a timeout and is able to get that extra push that he needed in order to get the field goal there.
Absolutely, absolutely. The wind definitely playing a factor here on this rainy day here in Tampa Bay. As we come out here looking in formation.
It's an eventful first quarter.
Definitely an eventful first quarter here as we come down to the end of the first quarter. Buccaneers looking very, very solid on the offensive end. The solid 49ers defense needs to find a way to stop these speedy wide receivers of the Buccaneers, but also not forgetting about Mike Williams, who can hit you at any time on the field.
Absolutely. One thing this 49ers defense is priding themselves on last year was turnovers, and I'd like to see one here.
Definitely. These two linebackers, Anthony Walker Jr. and Reuben Foster, were both absolutely insane. They both had crazy seasons getting interceptions, and I'm very, very curious to see if we see a turnover here at all from them.
Definitely. I think you could have argued that Reuben Foster deserved the defensive MVP last year. I'm not sure if he got it, but I know they'd like to see him come up with one here.
I think he did get Defensive Player of the Year last year, and there was talks that he may even get MVP of the league with the way he played. But yeah, as we're set up here, shotgun formation, two backs in the backfield, and we're seeing a slip screen here. He's going to the outside. Ooh, unnecessary juke move there as he takes it up to the 48-yard line, 3rd and 4.
Yeah, it looks like he might have had more room outside, but Duke's back inside, gets tackled. Fortunate.
Line up in the shotgun. In the shotgun as we're looking at Jameis Winston in the backfield. I think that's Muhammad to his right, and he's dropping back. Looking over the middle, and he finds his receiver up to the 33-yard line. That's up to 1st and 10 here for the Buccaneers, and we come into enemy territory.
Jameis Winston's looking really sharp in this game here. I want to say he's picked from the start, 9 of 9 or 10 of 10. He's got about 150 yards passing. He's doing really well.
Absolutely. We're definitely seeing a lot of different looks here from this Tampa Bay offense. They're mixing in the run and the pass very well. As we're looking at single back set here, as we're looking at a counter play coming over to the right, and Hagler's getting nothing once again. Besides that, one nice toss to the outside. I haven't seen really much out of Hagler. I've expected a lot more out of him in today's game. Less than that one big play, but we'll see. There's a lot of football left to be played.
Yeah, definitely a lot of football left to be played. We're still 4 minutes here left in the first half, rather. Let's see what's going to happen.
Absolutely. As we come up here, as you said, 4 minutes left in the second quarter, we're looking at a single back set here from Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 2 tight ends on each side of the offensive line. And we're seeing a toss here, and big hit on Hagler by, I believe that was Reuben Foster with the hit. 3rd and 14 here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the 37-yard line. And it finally looks like this San Francisco defense has come to play.
Definitely. That was a huge play by this defense. That's the kind of play you want to see a fumble come out of that. But I think they're on the verge.
All right. Coming out 3:32 here left in the second quarter. Huge play there by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, finding the man over the middle. Jameis Winston to his receiver is setting up in good position here to maybe get a touchdown as their I formation. Jameis Winston dropping back, looking, and he's going down here. Jason Pierre-Paul with the sack. That was just a play where there was nothing. Good coverage by the defense. Jameis Winston had nothing. He was looking, and too much time there, and Jason Pierre-Paul found him.
Yeah, that's a tough break for this Tampa Bay offense that has been flying so far.
2nd and 17 here. 3 minutes left in the second quarter. We're got a shotgun set here. Hagler and Muhammad to each side of Jameis Winston as he hands the ball off to Muhammad, and Muhammad's getting nothing on the play, bringing it up to the line of scrimmage.
Finally starting to see some of that San Francisco offense, defense get going here. I think we're going to see them maybe get a stop.
Holding them to 3 here could be huge. You get holding the 3 here and maybe get a touchdown on your next drive. That really puts San Francisco back into this game. As Jameis Winston drops back, shotgun set, looking over the middle, and he finds his receiver for the touchdown. That's Mike Evans. That is sure-handed Mike Evans there. As you saw, the cover 2 man, the corner couldn't stay with him, and Mike Evans bullied his way right into the end zone. As a point after is up and good.
Mike Evans, that's a dynamic player. You're not going to be able to stay with him man-on-man every play, especially if it's a 50-50 ball. He's going to come down with those a lot of times.
Absolutely. Mike Evans is a huge wide receiver. He's like a tight end out there with his size and with his speed. He's a mismatch everywhere you put him. If you really think about it, for this 49ers defensive back, this cornerback trio is probably the best in all of the grid with the way that they've set up 3 corners. But Mike Evans, really, these receivers, Quanjo, Evans, Gurley, they're really showing out today.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's a little uncharacteristic of this 49ers defense, letting up so many points in the first quarter. I think by this time, generally, they're used to having a turnover or 2. You know, I'd like to see them wake up a little bit.
This is where I say another thing. You give Brazil, your main thing was you ran the ball and you played defense, but you let Brazil go in the offseason. You have TJ Logan out there who's kind of inconsistent. You don't know what you're going to get out of him as they hand him the ball here as he moves up. And he's trying to prove me wrong out there as he moves up to the 43-yard line, getting a 1st and 10. But like I was saying, you have the run game, you have the defense, and neither of them are coming up big today. And you're trying to do too much, and it's questionable decisions by the San Francisco front office.
Yeah, definitely. It's a big decision. You know, I think he's an unproven running back coming in here, but we'll see what he's got.
They hand him the ball off again, and he moves up a little. He fights for those yards up to the 46-yard line, getting 3 yards on the play. Quan Alexander there on the tackle.
I love seeing a running back fight for extra yards. You know, that's something you can't always teach, and seeing a guy that, you know, making a little something out of nothing is always good.
Absolutely, as we hit the 2-minute warning here. Yeah, definitely love to see those halfbacks really fight for those yards, get those extra yards. It's a trait that not all running backs have, so it's really good to see as they come out shotgun set, 2 halfbacks on each side of Mahomes. The handoff to Briggs here, and Briggs gets up to the 39-yard line, making people miss a little bit, cutting good angles, and gets up to 39. 1st and 10 here for the San Francisco 49ers.
That's a great run. I like to see him kind of slow the game down, get back to the roots. They're not shying away from the run game, down 18 points, and I really like that.
Absolutely. They know that there's a lot of football left to be played in this game, so they're sticking with the run. They're sticking with what they know. Mahomes finds his receiver Mayo over the middle for about up to the 21, so about 19 yards there on the play. Mayo, great receiver, drafted 2 years ago. A lot of speed on the guy, 6'1". The man can do it all. He's been a very, very dominant receiver ever since he entered the grid.
Yeah, Mayo is a great receiver. They're definitely not short of good receivers here in 49ers land.
Absolutely not. Carlson, Belton, Mayo. Oh, and we see a pick. Mahomes looking for Carson over the middle. And Boston comes over for the pick at the 10, taken down at the 10-yard line. And there's our first turnover of the game. Tampa Bay getting that pick off Mahomes.
That's a great play by that free safety there. But if you're Mahomes, you got to know it's cover 3. That deep post is not necessarily going to be open. He waited too long to throw it, and he just came up short. It's an interception.
Absolutely. You got to know cover 3. You got to hit those a little bit faster on those routes. And Tampa Bay definitely made him pay on that one. Come up with a minute 10. Let's see how Tampa Bay plays this. Do they want to go for points, or do they want to play it safe, maybe run the ball a little bit here? Shotgun set, it's looking like they're going to try to pass this ball, and they're going to try to get downfield. Oh, nope, they run here up with Hagler as he goes up to the 21-yard line with a minute left here in the second quarter. They might just run this clock out, go to halftime.
Yeah, I think they're thinking they're pretty comfortable here with this big lead heading into the halftime. No sense in running it up at this point. I think they've definitely got things under control.
Absolutely. I think they're trusting their defense, and they're really up as they play action here. Oh, and Jameis Winston overthrows. I believe that was Quandro over the middle as he was looking for him across the middle of the field. And they're trying to trick us. They're play action, and they're drawing. They're play action, and I don't really know what they're thinking right now in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting. I'm not sure what the offensive coordinator is thinking right now, but I think the wind's getting to these quarterbacks a little bit. I've seen the overthrows a few times, and I wonder if that's playing a factor.
Yeah, absolutely. Rainy day here. Wind playing a factor. On field goals, might be playing as he finds his tight end. I believe that's Cameron Brate on the side of the field as San Francisco calls their second time out in the game, hoping to get this ball back. 3rd and 2. They need to stop here.
I like that call by San Francisco. You might as well, there's plenty of football left. You got to try to get back into this. If they can get the ball back here, they've got about, say, 30 seconds left to make something happen. I'd like to see something come out of this possession here.
Yes, and also let everyone remind everyone, San Francisco does get the ball at half. Tampa Bay got the ball to start off this game, so if they can get points, they can get a stop here, maybe get some points, then get the ball at half, and maybe score there. That's a lot of momentum that can be pushed in San Francisco's way. As you see a play-action pass here, Jameis Winston going out to the right. He's looking across the middle, and he does not find his man. That is a drop pass by, I believe that was Michael Gurley there on the play, bringing up a 4th and 2. That was a very dangerous pass. It looked like it could have been intercepted, but it was a drop ball by Gurley.
Definitely a dangerous pass. I thought that might have been intercepted there, but comes up incomplete. Now we got 4th and 2, and the punt's incoming.
Briggs receiving this punt as he's taken down almost immediately after receiving that at the 17-yard line. They got 24 seconds, 1 timeout. I don't think they do anything. I think they just run the ball, get the ball and get into halftime. Nothing left. They know they get the ball at half, so I'm not expecting anything crazy here from the 49ers. So wide receiver screen out to Belton, but he does not get out of bounds. He stays inbounds, and that forces San Francisco to call their last timeout here with 17 seconds left and at the 28-yard line on their side of the field. I don't know. I feel like I would have just let the clock run out there and just let it go into half, but let's see what they do here.
Yeah, I didn't mind the call. It was a nice conservative play call that had big play potential, but he just didn't get out of bounds there. It really doesn't set them up too well, and now it looks like they are going to run it out and take it to half.
Absolutely. It's the run there by Logan gets nothing. Gets 1 yard on the play, and they're going to take this one to halftime. We're going to halftime, folks. 21-3. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers on top as we in rainy Tampa Bay as we have the kickoff here coming up. San Francisco receiving the kickoff as Tampa Bay received the opening kickoff. So let's see what San Francisco can give us. Maybe second half. Let's see what they talked about in the locker rooms. Maybe a new game plan here, or maybe more of the same. Who knows?
Yeah, let's see if they can come out and get a possession, get some points here on the board. Let's see if they can cut down on this lead a little bit.
All right. As we come out, shotgun set, Logan and Briggs to each side of Mahomes. As we have a play-action pass here. He finds Briggs in the flat, and Briggs makes one person miss and then taken down at the 30-yard line. We're going to have a 2nd and 5 here.
Not a bad little play. Took the open man, picked up 5 yards. It's not bad at all.
I like the idea of San Francisco really implementing a 2 running back kind of formation here. They like Briggs. They like Logan. They were very confused on who they were bringing out as a starter as they ended up going with Logan here. But I really like this 2 running back set that they got going on as Logan fights for those yards and gets 3rd and inches here.
Yeah, I'm just not 100% sure if they can make up for the production that Brazil was doing last year. But two running backs, I think they've got two guys that complement each other well, and so I think we'll definitely see how it's going to pan out.
Yeah, I don't know. Too, I don't even think both of those running backs could really make up for what Brazil is giving him. As Juszczyk he does get the first down as Juszczyk gets lit up down low, but he leaps forward and gets that first down for the San Francisco 49ers offense.
I don't know if it was a leap as much as it was a fall flat on his face for the first down, but it will take it. I mean, the 49ers, they'll pick up those first downs any way they can get them.
Absolutely. As I was saying, man, I don't know if even both of those halfbacks can bring up the production that Brazil gave them. As Logan takes this one to the outside, he's got one man to beat, and he's taken down at the 31-yard line. 6 rushes, 57 yards for TJ Logan, but most of that's on that big play. So I'm seeing a lot of big plays here by running backs occasionally, but nothing really sustained for either offense.
Yeah, definitely. Not anything too big in terms of high average, but I like to see the big plays out of the running backs.
Absolutely. Good blocking there on that play downfield. Just took one person. He had to make one person miss and couldn't do it. As Logan takes this one to the outside and takes it up to the 29-yard line for a 2-yard gain here, 2nd and 8.
49ers are definitely committed to this run game. I'd like to see them air it out a little bit more now. They are down 18 points, 3 possessions. They've got to find a way to get into the end zone on this possession, I would think. I'm not sure if picking up 2 yards on the ground is going to do it for them.
Absolutely. Just saying, no sustained rushing success for either team. Like, we've seen big plays here and there, but nothing sustained. So I would love to see both offenses get more into the passing game. Especially this San Francisco offense who's playing from behind now, as you said, down 13 points as they find Kittle over the middle up to the 20-yard line.
That was a nice little play. That's what I'm talking about. Get the offense going. Get Mahomes' arm rolling a little bit. Get him a little more confidence and be able to throw the ball downfield.
Absolutely. That's what I believe that with them letting Brazil go, they have more confidence in Mahomes, but I'm not really seeing it here in week 1. I really think they should let Mahomes throw the ball a little bit more. Let him, like you said, get some confidence in that arm and keep going here, but I'm just not seeing it. I formation here. Questionable throw from Patrick Mahomes as he misses his tight end. The tight end was covered all the way there. I didn't really see any separation that could have warranted that pass, but bringing up a 2nd and 10 here.
I think maybe he was feeling the pressure a little bit there. I mean, some of those routes, the tight ends especially aren't expecting the ball until a little bit further downfield. He just wasn't even looking at the quarterback there.
Absolutely. I maybe look at the drag there as he comes out. Pistol set. Hagler in the backfield. As Mahomes finds his man Belton over the middle up to the 1-yard line here. Oh, this is the best the San Francisco offense has looked all day as they finally get into position to maybe get a touchdown here.
This is big right here. It gets real tough to score inside the 5. Defense is going to be fired up. They got to find a way to get in the end zone here.
Very, very tough to score in the red zone. Not a lot of room. And then, Logan to the outside. He's going to find himself into the end zone. So he gets the 1-yard touchdown here on the play. They fake the defense out a little bit with the fullback fake, halfback flip. Great play call there. Very good play call in the red zone as you always have the defensive line rushing in to try to get to the halfback of the quarterback. As the point after is good, bringing a 21-10 game here.
I love that play call. I love that play. Great little flip out to the running back. It almost got blown up, but he was able to outrun the defense there and get in the end zone for 6.
Absolutely. As we get the kickoff here. Oh, Tampa Bay looking like he's got some room. He's going right up the middle. No one's stopping him. He's taking this one 20-10. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He was untouched all the way straight up the middle, and he took that kick all the way into the end zone. Touchdown. That's a huge play for Tampa Bay to get right back out to that 3-possession lead.
Way to answer from Tampa Bay. That's an absolute dagger for this 49ers team. To have a big, successful drive, long drive, and get down there on the field, get 6. and then right back fire and have a touchdown for kickoff return for a touchdown. That's got to hurt.
Absolutely. As we get a touchback here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, that's a heartbreaker. You get your first touchdown of the game, just like you said, and then the kick return to put you right back into that hole, put that offense right back on the field. But there's momentum in this offense. Let's see if San Francisco can build upon that momentum, maybe get another 7 points here. We still got a decent amount of football here left to play. As Mahomes looking over the middle, and Carlton couldn't hang on, tried to dive for that ball, making a great effort, but could not hang on to that pass.
Man, I thought he might be able to snag that one there. I think the rain's starting to play a little bit of a factor here, but that wasn't a bad read. I like the call, going deep downfield on first down, play action. Good read. Just got to hang on to it.
Absolutely. Right in between that cover one, right in between the linebacker and the safety. As we get Mahomes dropping back, he's looking. Ooh, the pressure was there from two sides. Norton coming in on the sack along with the DT. I believe that was Jernigan. Yes, it was Timmy Jernigan for the sack. Man, the 49ers offensive line is not giving Mahomes much time here to throw the ball.
No, he's definitely rushed back there, and you can see it. You can see it in his eyes. He's trying to get rid of the ball a little too early, and sometimes that pressure is just getting there, and it's not working out for him today.
He's definitely feeling the pressure here, but you also got to look at the 49ers defensive backs. They're starting to step up a little bit. I mean, the Tampa Bay defensive backs are stepping up all game, really giving the defensive line time to get into the backfield and hit Mahomes. Yeah. Oh, that was a dangerous pass.
Yeah, that's tough. 3rd and 20. You don't have a whole lot of plays in the playbook for that one.
Absolutely not. You got to try to find the right plays to get in those situations. But he almost threw a pick on that one as they punt it here from... Ooh, and he's taken down immediately, getting off that block up to the 46-yard line. Great position here for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers to really extend their lead, get out even further, and really make kind of opening statement here, Week 1, Grid Live, against the team that they played in the NFC Championship game.
Yeah, this is a huge statement game for the Buccaneers, coming out after the Super Bowl win and being able to dominate really in every phase of the game and the first game of the season. This is big for them.
Absolutely. They're really coming out making a huge statement here. San Francisco and back-to-back. San Francisco was in the Super Bowl the season before, NFC Championship game last season. So this is a huge Week 1 win for the reigning Super Bowl champs. As Hagler takes it up and gets the first down. Hagler having a decent game, 10 rushes, 76 yards. He's doing what he's got to do to keep his team in the lead and really manage this game very well.
Yeah, he's doing a great job. He's had that one really big run for him, but he's just always seeming to fall forward, gaining a few yards, and that's really all they need at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. You gain at least 4 or 5 yards. Run the ball on first down, you gain 4 or 5 yards. That's the best position you want to be in as they hand the ball off here. And he gains 2 yards. He's getting positive yards. That's the most you can ask for. As we're coming down 50 seconds here left in the third quarter, as Tampa Bay out to this 28-10 lead, looking to put more points on the board and extend this lead. I'm still very, very curious to see these. It's this highly touted San Francisco offense is looking lethargic out there. They're looking very asleep. They're looking like they're asleep. They're not really came here to play tonight.
Yeah, definitely. I think maybe they're got to dust off the cobwebs from the offseason. I'm not sure exactly what it is, but they're falling asleep at the wheel here. 28 points is a lot to put on this defense.
Absolutely. This San Francisco defense was definitely been known as a very dominant defense here in the grid, and they're just not out here tonight. I don't see the defense that I know that I've watched many times. They hand the ball up to Hagler. They parted the Red Sea for him. I don't know if this offensive line, but they parted the Red Sea right up the middle. He went untouched.
Yeah, I think you got to give a lot of credit to the offensive line of this Buccaneers offense here. It's given Jameis Winston all day to throw the ball. I want to say he's near perfect in this game, and the running lanes are wide open as well.
Absolutely, absolutely. This Buccaneers team has got a lot. They got a lot to thank. They got to thank that offensive line because they came here to ball. They're dominating this defensive line that has some great players. DeForest Buckner, Solomon Thomas, who's huge for the San Francisco offense, and I haven't even seen his name on the scorecard at all today.
Yeah, they've definitely have Solomon Thomas's number. That's a guy that he's an absolute game changer and just really hasn't showed up in this one. But again, neither has really anybody else in the San Francisco defense, so it's pretty surprising.
Absolutely, absolutely. I expected a lot from Thomas, from Foster, but I'm hardly seeing any of them. But this it's mainly due to this Buccaneers offensive line and their game plan coming into this game. They knew what they had to do, and they're definitely playing. They definitely have the 49ers number here. As we have a weak formation here, Howard on the left side, and it's a play action here. They're looking. Jameis has got all the time in the world, and he throws that one away as the rush comes in. 12 of 15, 193 yards, and 3 touchdowns for Jameis Winston, who's having a great week 1, just game managing this game, and really, which isn't Jameis Winston's specialty. I know he's a gunslinger out there, but he's really managing this game very well.
You think maybe Jameis Winston could get an MVP this year? I mean, he's balling week 1. I wouldn't be surprised to see his name in the mix. As
long as Jameis Winston keeps those turnovers down, which I know that he has some trouble doing. He has a lot of those turnovers. Questionable passes. Walker was coming in there. He came in hot, Anthony Walker Jr., trying to get to Jameis Winston. But like I was saying, if he keeps those turnovers down, I definitely could see it happening. I believe that this Buccaneers team is a 13, 14 win team. So I could definitely see Jameis holding up that MVP at the end of the season. As we go up 30, as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers go up 31-10 after the field goal down, 4th down. The 49ers here receiving the kick up towards the 10-yard line, short kick here, and that's a huge hit by number 41 there on the kick return, taking out his legs. I'm surprised he's getting up.
Yeah, we've been lucky here, knock on wood, but there hasn't been any major injuries this game. It's always good to see. 49ers here are going to have to get something going if they want to end until 5 minutes, down 21 points. It's not completely out of the question, but no doubt they have to get a touchdown here.
They need a quick score here. If they want any chance of coming back into this game, which I'm giving them 0% chance of coming back into this game, they definitely need a quick score here. Mahomes dropping back. He's looking. Oh, that's a very questionable pass over to Kittle. If the defender turns around, looks at the ball, that's a pick.
I would like to see him hit the post there. I think his guy had a step down the middle of the field. I think that would have given him the big play that they needed, but instead, it's a defender in the back. But great coverage by this Tampa Bay defense.
I think Mahomes is thinking back earlier in the game through that post in cover 3, and we got intercepted, so I think he's a little scared to throw that one over the middle now. As he finds Belton over the middle. These Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're looking to take legs. Because I've seen a lot of low hits in this game. They look like they're trying to rip some legs off of these 49ers players.
They're going low, that's for sure, and it's a good way to break up the pass. It's questionable tactic. I know some guys might be a big fan of it, some of the players, but it's a good way to break up the pass.
Absolutely. Those players are not a huge fan of getting hit low. Neither would I be, but it's a good tactic, like you said. As Carson found over the middle, as he's up to the 49-yard line here. That's a good pass by Mahomes. He finds his man over the middle. In cover 2, he notices the man defense, and he finds his man over the middle.
Definitely. It's a good read there.
Mahomes, like we said before, I think he just needs to get comfortable in this offense. I think right now, your best bet is to really give him throws that he can make. and get him comfortable, get him ready for week 2, because honestly, I see no chance of you coming back in this game. Get him ready for week 2 because you're going to need him for most of the season.
I think that's a great call. Definitely get the offense, the passing game going here. I think maybe they tried a little too hard to get the running backs in the mix early. I know they're looking for the guy to be the next David Brazil, but I would have liked to see them air it out a little bit more, get Mahomes in the rhythm.
Absolutely, absolutely. I think once they let Brazil go, they should have known that they were I feel like letting Brazil go, in your mind, you're switching to that air it out offense, especially with Mahomes, who's a gunslinger, he could throw the ball a mile. But yeah, I definitely felt like they should have definitely given, as we get a little bit of a defense, they're getting a little aggressive out here as they get the encroachment penalty here. The Mahomes catching them offsides.
Been a clean game so far. Not a lot of penalties as they're staying upright and not getting hurt. That's what you like to see.
Absolutely, you like to see a clean football game, no injuries, and you like to just see some good old-fashioned football. But as they hand the ball off here to Logan, who's I don't know why he cuts that back inside. I think he keeps that on the outside. He keeps that on the right side. I think he can get more yards and get over there, and maybe even get that one into the end zone.
Definitely. You look at the stat line of Logan here. I think it was 9 rushes for 67 yards and a touchdown. That's pretty good. They might have found their guy, but again, I would have liked to see them air it out a little bit more, be a little more aggressive in the pass game. I think they just shied away after that first interception.
Yeah. If you're watching, it looks good on the stat sheet, but watching this game, I'm not very impressed by what Logan's bringing. As Mahomes, that looks like it's going to be a defensive pass interference on the play, and it is against Quan Alexander. I think that's just that's unfortunate for the Buccaneers, and I think that's a little bit of a lucky break there for the San Francisco 49ers, as Quan Alexander did not need to do that. That pass was overthrown by a mile.
Yeah, that's definitely a questionable call by Quan Alexander there. I think he's got to get coached up by the DBs coach a little bit. And he knows he's got to look back at the football in order to make a play on the receiver like that. That just can't happen.
An experienced veteran like Quan Alexander, you definitely don't expect that. As they look over the middle again, and there you go, Quan Alexander trying to prove us wrong. He's getting out there and he's making plays. He's trying to make up for that defensive pass interference.
That was a heck of a play by Quan, being in the right position there. I think he might have had that deep post open if he had waited an extra second, but tough call.
I like that you see the linebacker there. I know that there's a little bit of short receivers out here in San Francisco, but I like the high pass in that situation. I'm used to some big wide receivers, but I like the high pass in that situation, try to get the ball over the linebacker. As he finds Carlton up to the 6-yard line, and we got a 1st and goal here for the San Francisco 49ers. Like I said, I think this is mainly, that's Belton, I'm sorry. I think this is mainly for momentum. This is for confidence more than anything right now. Try to get some confidence in Mahomes, try to get some confidence in the offense going into week 2 and the rest of the season. Yeah. That play action even faked me out, and it's almost intercepted there on the weird camera angles. Those play action end arounds always mess me up, especially when I'm calling games, but that's almost intercepted there from Mahomes.
Yeah, it's not a bad call. Get the defense off balance. They covered it well, though. I mean, this Tampa Bay defense has really played lights out this entire game. Give a lot of credit to them.
As we get the screen here, and it's blown up. Briggs getting tackled immediately. I guess the black and red jerseys, they kind of blended in there, as the offensive line didn't even see Rosso. And he hit Briggs immediately after catching that football. I never really noticed that at all, really, this game. The black and red, the red and black, it never really messed me up, but I can see why it would.
Yeah, it's a bit of a questionable call to have those kind of 2 solid colors out there in terms of jersey coordination, but I haven't seen it necessarily been a huge factor in this one, but it certainly could be.
Yeah, That's one thing you don't really think about going into games. Think about those questionables. They're going for this on fourth down here, trying to get in the end zone and trying to get some points here on this. As the Mahomes drives back, he's looking to throw, and he's looking, he's taken down, and that's a turnover on downs. Great coverage there by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, giving him absolutely nothing at all on that play. No reads, nothing, and they hit him right there.
One thing that Tampa Bay has done really well this whole game is just mixing up their coverages. I mean, every play, it seems like they're coming out with a different coverage, which is cover 3, cover 4, cover 6, cover 2. It's something different every single play, and I think it's giving Mahomes fits out there. He has no idea where to look.
Absolutely. They're definitely mixing up their plays very, very well. And they're throwing some man, mixing the man zone very, very well. And they're mixing up the different types of zones that they're throwing out, like you said. And I think it's been a great game plan all around, offensive, defensively, for this Buccaneers team. And they're definitely giving this 49ers team fits, like you said. Looks like here that we're going to get towards the end of this game, as it looks like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to run this ball out. Definitely a huge statement here by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I did not expect this coming into this game. I expected this to be a close matchup, but I guess the running game without Brazil, it's a different type of style of offense that the 49ers are playing, and I think they just have to get comfortable in it.
Yeah, it's an uncharacteristic look coming out from the San Francisco 49ers, but I have no doubt both these teams are going to be vying for really high seeds in the playoff race throughout the season. No doubt that 49ers will bounce back, and no doubt that Tampa Bay will keep it up.
I'm looking at this now, and I think very, very bold prediction here. I don't know if this 49ers, looking at this 49ers team now, I don't know if they can win the NFC West. I'm not sure. But I think that's my bold prediction for the season, is that I don't think these San Francisco 49ers are going to win the NFC West this year. I think it's going to be those Arizona Cardinals, those Cardinals out there in Arizona.
Interesting. Yeah, that's a good call. I think the Cardinals definitely bounced back this year. They didn't make playoffs last year, but I believe they got bounced in the first round, if I remember correctly.
Bounced in the first round by these San Francisco 49ers.
That's right. There you go. So, I mean, it's like a vying for power out there in the NFC West, and we'll see how it goes.
Absolutely. And that is it for our game this week, week 1. I want to thank everyone for coming out, and this has been another episode of Grid Live. We got some week 1 action. Buccaneers out on top against the 49ers, 31-10. Thank you, everyone, for coming out, and we'll catch you guys next time.